Welcome to Radio One Havana, your local late-night news podcast, keeping our viewers informed on all of Havana's current events since 1949. I'm your host, Lucas Lopez Jensen, and tonight we've got two very special guests here to tell us about Fisherman Santiago, the newfound local legend best known for his astounding catch of a great marlin, breaking an 85-day stretch of not catching a single fish. Our first guest's name is Manolin, Santiago's most trusted apprentice. Welcome to the show, Manolin.
Thanks for having me.
Before we get started here, Manolin, tell us a little about yourself and how you know Santiago.
Well, just like Santiago, I dream of being a fisherman, though I could never hope to be as great as he is. Santiago's been the reason I fished since he first took me out when I was only 5 years old. I come from a poor family and had to leave school so that I could make money fishing. After Santiago stopped getting fish, my parents told me I'd have to find a new group of people to work with, and I did so reluctantly. It was good, though, when I was taken into a group of fishers with amazing skill and luck, and made a good living in the time Santiago was struggling so hard with his own fishing. I wanted so badly to join him and help him out. After all, only one man can do so much by himself.
Well, isn't that nice, Manolin? Santiago briefly mentioned you in quite a few interviews he's done with the press lately, calling you a source of inspiration and strength. He said that thinking of you got him through the toughest times of his journey. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I think he's too kind. I do wish I could have gone to sea with him that day, but I always knew Santiago would be able to do anything if he put his mind to it. I don't know that I really deserve the attention he's given me.
Oh, that's an interesting take. You truly believe in Santiago that much?
Definitely.
So, with that in mind, how difficult were the days Santiago had gone missing for you?
It was really hard. I barely got any sleep, I was so worried about him. As soon as I realized Santiago was gone, I couldn't work anymore. He was the only thing on my mind. That man is like a grandfather to me, and I couldn't bear the thought of losing him.
Oh, that kind of bums me out. Well, before you leave, Manolin, is there something less depressing you'd like to tell us? You know, to make me and the audience less bummed out?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to get so off track. Would you like me to tell you about the time with the other fishers? It was lots of fun. We would all talk and laugh together, and we got so many delicious fish in those times. I finally had enough money to feed my family, and for the first time in a while, I felt that my life meant something.
And it appears we're out of time. Thanks for coming in, Manolin, but now we'll have to transition into our next guest, Martin, a local cafe owner. Glad to have you here, Martin.
I'm glad to be here.
Because I don't enjoy writing new questions, I'll just ask you what I've asked Manolin. After all, we probably don't have very many listeners remaining after he bummed them all away, so let's get started here.
I don't think I like your tone when you're describing the boy. He deserves some patience. He's been through a lot.
Oh, sorry, I don't care.
Now just 1 second, sir. I did not come in here to be in...
So, Martin, tell us a little about yourself and how you know Santiago.
Ugh, fine. I don't like to hold grudges, and I have a good story to tell, so I'll go along with your silly games. As you said earlier, I run a cafe by the sea in Havana, and Santiago and Manolin are some of my best customers. That poor old man would have to have the boy come in to fetch him a drink every now and then, and out of sympathy for the old man's fragility and the boy's poor family, sometimes I'd give him something on the house. Both of them were like good friends to me, and when they did pay, they were a lot of what kept my business going.
Well, isn't that nice? Martin, Santiago briefly mentioned you in quite a few interviews he's done with the press lately, calling you his source of fresh juices and baked goods. He said that thinking of you got him through the toughest times of his journey. How do you feel about that?
Well, I haven't heard any of those interviews, but I appreciate the acknowledgement, I guess. I have been getting better business recently, so I'd like to thank Santiago for supplying that to me.
So, with that in mind, how difficult were the days Santiago had gone missing for you?
I don't think I see how you connected those two issues, but those were definitely hard times for me. I certainly missed the old man, but when the boy came in crying about him, I think that's the moment where I truly pondered the possibility of his death. I don't want to bum you out here, sir, so I'll stop here. And in turn, I've got a question for you. Why is this whole interview going so stiltedly around?
And it appears we're out of time. Thanks for coming in, Martin, but now we'll have to finish off this broadcast. I'll see you all tomorrow night on Radio One Havana.